I'm Liz Estabrooks. I'm the Oregon Women Veterans Coordinator. I am with the Oregon Department of Veterans Affairs, and the Oregon Women Veterans Coordinator serves women veterans throughout the state of Oregon, regardless of your issue, regardless of what your needs are, or whether or not you're currently working with a veteran service officer or the VA or anyone else. Always feel free to contact the Oregon Department of Veterans Affairs. I'm going to talk today about resources that are available to women veterans, regardless of where you are in the state, that might help you, whether it's now or in the future. So we're going to start with VA resources, and then we're going to talk a little bit about ODVA resources, and then we're going to talk about some community resources. One of the things that really I think wonderful, especially for women who work or can't leave their home or don't have availability to in person, is telehealth and telemental health. And there's this wonderful video that the VA put out, but it's incredibly long, like 57 minutes. So I did the viewing for you, and if you watch this video and skip to 19 minutes and 43 seconds, you'll be able to get the information that you really need about accessing telehealth. And I've written on here what the Cliff Notes version is. There's this app that called VA Video Connect. You can use your smartphone, your tablet, and your computer to conduct a telehealth appointment. So you don't need to get a special tablet or anything from the VA. If you don't have something, you can ask the VA if they have something they can provide to you. You can set up a telehealth with your provider, but first you have to contact your provider at the VA, and you can do that via a secure message on MyHealthyVet. I've spoken with some women veterans who have done this, and they appreciate the ability to conduct these sessions. It seems scary at first, but it actually works pretty well. Again, you can do it for physical health or for mental health appointments. And the wonderful thing about that is if you don't have a provider right there in your area, it doesn't matter. You can access a provider that's somewhere else. And MyHealthyVet, if you're not using MyHealthyVet, I would encourage you to do that. It's an excellent tool that really works for you. I've been using it for decades. Well, not for decades, for like 14 years. I started using it as soon as I got my service connected disability benefits. This is the website that you can go to get registered. It's a multifunctional tool. You can get in touch with your provider. You can view and download your medical records, order your prescriptions, many, many things. You can track what's written in your medical records. So within a couple of days of coming home from your appointment, you can look in your medical records and see what the doctor wrote about you or your provider. I like doing that. One time I discovered that the doctor had actually, or the nurse had actually written something incorrect about me, and I was able to get that amended. You can order your prescriptions from MyHealthyVet. It's great because you don't have to stay on the phone forever. If you realize that you're running short and it's 10 o'clock at night, you don't have to wait for the pharmacy to open the next day. You can go on MyHealthyVet and boom, you can order your prescriptions. You can send secure messages to your providers, and it's wonderful because it also gives you a written record of that conversation. But also sometimes it prevents you from having to go into that loop and leave a message and wait. I found by sending a secure message to my provider, sometimes I get a quicker response from my provider than sending a phone call and having to wait. You can manage your appointments that way. Sometimes it's a more efficient way to do that. And of course, everything can be downloaded and saved to your computer. Of course, we veterans, we like to have those written records. So it's a really wonderful way to save your records. And especially if you find that you need access to your records for whatever reason, MyHealthyVet is a wonderful way for you to have access to your records all the time without ordering them and waiting for them to be sent to you. So I really recommend that you sign up and get your MyHealthyVet records. And then the crisis line. If you or a loved one are experiencing a crisis, keep this number handy. It's great for you. I've used it to call them when I had a friend in crisis. I know women veterans who've used it to call when they have their own crisis. You can also text. A lot of younger veterans especially like to text. You know, this is a great tool. It's something the VA has done really, really well. So I highly recommend this for a crisis. And for any kind of crisis, even if, you know, it doesn't have to be somebody who's contemplating suicide. It can be any kind of crisis. And then apps, you know, the saying, there's an app for that. And the VA has done a wonderful job of developing apps. They're free. You know, a lot of times we find an app and then the good part of it we can't access, or the trial runs out and they want us to pay $4.99 a month or whatever the cost is. These apps with the VA are fabulous. There's a PTSD coach, a mindfulness coach, and a mood coach, and there are others, but I just wanted to highlight these. I'm on a dragon boat team, and we use the mindfulness coach as a team to really do some mindfulness work, and anybody can use them. Uh, the PTSD coach is really good for people who have PTSD. The mood coach, of course, also for people who are struggling with mood fluctuations or mood issues, anger issues, etc. You can use it. You can recommend it to somebody. You don't have to be a veteran, so it can be a friend. Again, a friend, a family member, yourself, anyone that you know can access these apps, and they're free. And you don't have to put in any information. You just go to your app for iPhone and Android, and download these apps. But they're sectioned off. So for housing, for education, there's a lot of different, because some of your community resources have shifted a little bit in how they are delivering services, whether they're walk-in or otherwise, and these resources are going to help you know how to manage that. Beyond COVID-19, here are some other resources that are going to be helpful for you, and they are also found on the ODVA website. The Women Veterans Resource page, I've listed on that page uh, how to access all over the state of Oregon at the different VAs that serve Oregon women veterans, the women veteran program managers at the VA, the military sexual trauma coordinators at the VAs, and a couple of other things that how to access the domestic violence service organizations around the state. So if you have any questions about the women veterans resources in the state, this is the web page you can access. And our LGBTQ veteran resources. If you're not aware, Oregon is the only state that has an LGBTQ veteran resource. So if you're in one of the LGBTQ veteran population, please visit this website. It's got some excellent resources for you. It also tells you how to reach out to our LGBTQ veteran coordinator. And then the benefits and programs. This tells you how to contact your veteran service officers and our education coordinators, all the different benefits that are available to you as a veteran. Too often, veterans, and especially women veterans, walk past those benefits that we deserve. Things like veteran plates for your car, your tax deduction or reduction for your home if you own a home and you have a service-connected disability, getting those service-connected disability benefits, all of those things, even things like park passes. So make sure you visit these pages so you know what you're entitled to and how to access those benefits. And then make the connection. Make the connection is a really fabulous website. You know, if we're looking, sometimes we feel like we're really disconnected and like there's nobody like us out there, and nobody understands what we're going through. Make the connection is their videos, a collection of videos, people who've been through maybe what we've been through. It might be military sexual trauma, it might be combat trauma, it might be experiencing sexism, it might be any sort of thing. But there's somebody like you, and this is a connection. This is a link to a woman here in Oregon who made a video for this Make the Connection. So, you know, just something to think about. If you feel like you're alone out there, you're not. And you know, here's a link to help you to connect with somebody, and it has some good resources also. And then here are a couple of good options for women here in Oregon. The Red Feather Ranch is actually the woman who's interviewed on the previous on Make the Connection started Red Feather Ranch. She's here in Oregon, and she, when this is all over, is going to be doing retreats again. But she also has some wonderful online groups that no matter where you are in Oregon, you can participate. She welcomes you, and it's an organization or a center for women, by women, about women. And I encourage you to look at her. And then the Oregon Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence. Every county in Oregon has a domestic violence, sexual assault crisis intervention center. And the Oregon Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence is the agency under which all of those belong. And you can go to this if you need help. If you're in your hometown and you have experienced or are experiencing violence in your home or from your partner or from a previous partner, or sexual assault, and you need assistance, you need help, you need help with legal advocacy, you need shelter, you need somebody to talk to, you can contact one of your crisis intervention agencies. You can find out where they are by clicking on this link, and it's a safe link. It's got an escape button so that if you're in the home, the person who abuses you in your home can't. It leaves no trace on your computer, so they don't know you've been there. But you can find your local agency by clicking on this link. So I encourage you, know that it's not your fault. You've done nothing wrong. You don't deserve what's happening to you, and you can find help in your community or in your county. And then the Returning Veterans Project is a fabulous nonprofit organization that serves all of Oregon. They may not be in your community, but they are at least in your region. They offer free confidential services to veterans. They have providers that include acupuncture, chiropractic care, mental health counseling, and that includes telemental health. And the nice thing about using Returning Veterans Project or other community care is even if you have a service-connected benefit through the VA and you use the VA, you can also supplement that by using something like Returning Veterans Project. So if you're only able to see your VA mental health provider every 6 weeks or so, but you feel like you need something in between, you can still use the services at Returning Veterans Project. So you don't have to feel like you only have access to care once every 6 weeks or also whatever. But they also offer this wonderful holistic care like massage therapy, chiropractic care that you may not be able to access through the VA or may not be able to afford outside the VA, especially if you don't have your service-connected disability benefits. And I have been doing yoga since I was in the Army in 1970. Well, when I was in Germany in 1978, and when I was pregnant with my daughter in '79. And I still do yoga because it's very good for us. It's good for our bodies. It's a great way to breathe and to relax. And here are some options. My favorite is Yoga with Adrienne. She's online. It's free. Restorative yoga for veterans and the Veterans Yoga Project. Those two bottom ones are specific to veterans, and they provide chair options and yoga for veterans with PTSD and health issues, so that no matter what your ability or your health condition, they have something for you. I really encourage you, and they start no matter which of the three it is. They start with no matter what your health condition or beginning level. All of these have beginning and easy and short to long options. So even if you've never done yoga, or what condition you are in or your body is in, you can try yoga, and I encourage you to give it a shot. It's very good for your body, very good for your mind. And that's it. I want to say thank you for your service as an Army veteran, from me to you. Thank you. I really appreciate you being here in Oregon, all 25,000 of you. It's been my honor and my pleasure to serve you. And remember, there is help out for you. You deserve your benefits. Seek out the people in your community, the other women veterans, and the helpers, because they're there for you. Thank you.